Hello everybody, this is Barbie. Okay, I'm back today to do a flip through of my clutch journal that I made out of canvas, and also to show you the results of the little dyeing I did yesterday. I thought I was going to have my journal was almost done, but as I started going back through it, I saw some places I needed to add some extra stuff. So yeah, so I did a lot more stuff to it. So that's why it's the second day here before I got back to you. But anyhow, let me show you my colors here real quick. They all turned out just beautiful. Look at that color. I don't know what I would call that, but and I don't remember the names of it because it's on my other video, but it's a bit variegated, as you can see, but it's really interesting and pretty. It's just gorgeous color. I'd call it periwinkle if I were calling it something, but anyhow, there's that one. And this is the kind of the one that had the pearlescent colors in it, which I don't see that on this at all, so just for FYI, it doesn't really come across as pearl on the fabric, so that's not even a necessary thing to do using pearl stuff. And okay, and this one here is the same thing. It's the mint green color that had the pearl. It came out really pretty though. Okay, and this was the one I kept calling a phthalo blue, and I don't remember, like I said, I'm not good on remembering names, but this is the one that's a little bit darker, more phthalo blue. And you see the difference in the, some of it took more than others. And this is the sari silk. So, and this one I remember was called teal. It came out to be a really pretty color too. And it has a few places too that took darker than others. I suppose it was, you know, when you just put it in there and you lay your ribbon or your sari silk in a certain position, the lower pieces of fabric that where it drips down is probably going to get a little bit darker than the others, is my suspect on that. Okay, this one's the same thing. It's got a bit of tinge of it's more of a golden color, or canary yellow is what I'd call it. And then it has a little bit of the orangey color in there, which is, I guess, some of the base colors of that particular color, I suppose. Okay, this is the one that is like a really pretty grape color, and it again has some darker blues. It's a more of a red, I would call it a violet, red violet's what I would call it. And here's that hot pink, and it definitely is hot pink. I'm definitely going to use some different colors and try to get some more pastel type colors. I've got some of the seam binding ordered, and it takes I think it takes the colors a little better than this sari silk does, in my opinion anyhow. Again, this is the one that I said was kind of a gray color, but it's a really pretty color. You don't really see the gold in it, but there is, you can see little bits of light shining from the mica bits, and not that you can really determine the color, but it does catch the light. Okay, that being done, let's get on with our flip through here. This turned out just really to be a fun thing to work on, and I would highly advise any of you that want to try this to give it a try. But the using the canvas just made it real pliable, but very durable, I would say. So using the canvas like this and printing on it, you don't have to use Mod Podge or anything. Like if you just use paper, a lot of people will use Mod Podge on top of it just to make sure it's more durable since it's an outer covering. But you don't have to do that on this. It's just really a beautiful texture and very durable. Okay, I ended up adding some lace. Let me make sure that I'm in frame. Yeah, it looks like it's good. I ended up adding some lace and some fabric to the spine because I thought it just finished it off nicely, and I like the look of it. So again, this is some sari silk that I already had dyed, and the button that we went over how I made the journal cover before, and it comes all the way off. And I just used a button. I had mustache that was good because it was thick enough that and it gave enough room to wrap the sari silk around the base of the button. Leather waxed thread. And let me see. Let me see if this is going to be in frame if I do it like that, because it's the way it opens. Well, we're going to try it that way. Some of it might get cut off a little bit. Let me see if I can get in there. Yeah, it's close enough. Okay. As we talked about, we have a gusseted pocket here in the front, which I stitched all the way around. It's got gussets in it. It's printed, the canvas is printed with a coordinating print on the inside, so you don't have to line it. And this outer covering is a Artemis digital foxglove is the name of it. And this is another piece in her foxglove kit. Also, I was playing around with some wax seals, and I glued that on top of a little heart that I use for a closure here. And used some of Tracy's tags, Love Junk Journal, on Etsy. And inside the envelope, I found this really cool print of some cows on the English countryside, and it's just beautiful print. And I did a little bit of collaging on the back and some stamping out of my field note stamps. This again is one of Tracy's tags, and lined it so you could journal on it. And that's a little closure I did here with the top of the heart. So I only put this one thing in here because it was getting pretty chunky, and also I wanted to leave room before I over chunked it. I mean, you can close it easily enough, as you can see, but I wanted to leave room for whoever purchased it to be able to put some of their, whatever it is they want to put in their photographs or notes or whatever, depending on what they use it for. Okay, now this print right here, I went online to find it, and I'm pretty sure it's antique papery, but it must be a print that they're no longer selling anymore. I'm sorry for that. I haven't had this very long, but I'm just now using it, and I believe it was called Honeybee. And you may be able to go to her site and find, like, she has a bunch of large kits where a lot of her papers, I think, that she no longer sells individually. You can buy a large kit that has a lot of her papers in it that she no longer sells individually, I believe. But it's a beautiful paper. And all of these papers, most of the papers I printed on, oh gosh, I keep forgetting the word of that word that you use for, I'll think of it possibly in a minute. Anyhow, it's a really strong paper, and it has a lot of, it's very durable. Okay, this is, let me make sure I'm in frame. Yeah, it looks like if I don't move it, it'll be fine. This is a fussy cut flower and butterfly I got from the book UnderCliff, and it's an English book, but it's gorgeous. The lady who does it is similar to the book that we all like to use. I don't know why I go brain dead when I get on video, but anyhow, maybe I'll remember it in a minute. But she does the journals, and Edith Holden. It's similar to Edith Holden journals. She paints all of these pictures and of the different fauna and floral and things that she found under the cliff. And it's a place where they have like white cliffs, the way I understand it. And this is kind of a description down here I put in here that sort of talks about the white cliffs and kind of how it all came about. I thought it was interesting, so I put it in there. And the back side of this paper, I cannot remember whose this is. I think it's Artie Mae's, but it was in my stash, and I had printed on the back side of this honeybee. So I'm sorry, I don't remember whose paper this is, but it's a beautiful background paper. And just wanted to put, this is Artie Mae's little butterfly. Okay, it folds in like so, and again, this is some of my little lace snippets. And put a butterfly on it. This piece of paper here is out of my stash, and it's a scrapbook paper. I don't remember whose. Okay, here again is Artie Mae's little tag. And again, there's that paper I was trying to tell you about, which I'm still not remembering. Anyhow, I just did some stamping on it back, just to give it some interest. And it slips in there like so. But what I did here is I had some leftover cutout pieces when I was cutting some tags out, and I thought it'd be interesting to just use it like frames in there to give the background some interest. And then I put some little butterflies on there and left the wings dimensional so that it was had a little bit of dimension to it. And also cut this into type of a kind of a folio type pocket. Okay, again, I can't remember the name of the people, whoever I got these digitals from, but it was something to do with roses. And I will try to find that information and put it in my description below. I think this is from the old design shop, but again, I'm not for sure. It was in my stash. So there you go. This page here is a flip I made out of an envelope, and I just cut it to size here, and again flipped it using the envelope tab here. That's why I put this here, so that you couldn't see the envelope flap, which is underneath there. And then I made a little journaling card and collaged it. Used out of just some craft paper, and of course a little tag from Left Junk Journals. And the birds are cut out of one of my bird books, and it's this is the name of the bird, Blackburnian warbler. And it also gives the I guess it's a scientific name there, which I thought was interesting. Did a little collage on the back here, and for the back side. Again, this is from my some of my flowers. That the artistry in these flowers are just beautiful. The paper that these flowers are on feels like, I don't know, you can tell it's old paper. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not slick. It just has a really beautiful texture to it. This is a little, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a label, but it's Artie Mae's. Let's see, what's the name of that? It's Vintage Labels, I believe. That's what it's called. Again, I just used a piece of text out of some of my flower books as a background there. Did a collage there. Again, I used some more of the little cutouts here, and this is a tailor-made journal photo. Cute little girl up there working in the kitchen. I love that photo. These are some papers that I had dyed using some of my inks. What was the name? It's a Tim Holtz distress inks, spray distress inks. I use that to artificially dye these to make it look like a tea dye. Again, something out of my stash, don't know where that came from. This is a tag I made out of a beautiful butterfly, UnderCliff. Just put a little piece of white broadcloth fabric on there, lined it with some cardstock so you can journal on the back. Again, a little snippet, one of my snippets, lace snippets. I'm out of those just about. Have to make some more of those. Let me see if I want to open this up, if you're being able to, yeah, you still can see. This is the back side of the little snippet, and so I just took one of Artie Mae's little labels and put there. I thought it gave it a little bit of, instead of just being a piece of fabric, which is what it was before, I wanted to do something for a little interest on there. This is one of the clocks I have. Again, I can't remember, it's out of my stash. This is Artie Mae's Foxglove label in one of my snippets. Again, I lined it with one of her labels on the back side. Also, this is hers down here, and just did a collage out of some old book print. Dictionary. It's really old. It's so old and fragile. The only thing you can use it for is to do collages, but it's beautiful paper. Okay, another one of my little papers that I had tea dyed. This is another page from UnderCliff. Her painting is just outstanding. I believe this is one of Roxy Creations' little doilies. I don't remember if it's hers or her sister Sarah's, but yeah, it may be Rachel's. I can't remember. Again, this is out of my stash. And I did a little collage on the back using a paper doily and just one of the little flowers that I fussy cut out. Okay, these are Tracy Fox. It's all the ledgers that she does, and again, I can't remember the name of the kit, but it's vintage ledgers, and it just makes perfect for journaling papers. It gives it some interest without just being a piece of paper there. I love those. And again, another one I printed on both front and back, and just made this little flip here so that you could open it up and journal on it. And then you can journal on this side as well, and it gives this a little substance that, you know, it's not real flimsy paper that way by doing it that way. And this right here is from some of my stash that I've been wanting to use up. Let me see if I have it right here. I mean, it's an old, I think the front's even off of it. Anyhow, it's got some really pretty, I think all of these are like 4x6 or 5x7. Anyhow, all of these you can, you know, cut up and use for different purposes, and it's really good cardstock, so that's what that is. I used it quite a lot in different things in here just because it was out. Again, on one of my butterflies, I just cut a butterfly out, and I don't remember whose that is, but I believe it's Graphic Fairy. Journaling page. Again, some more of Tracy's journaling paper. Just a little decoration I did on this where I folded it over for to make a pocket. These are Artie Mae's butterflies. This is a free kit from, free paper from Artie Mae's. It's beautiful paper. And one of her little butterflies. And then this is a little photo I put in here, or a painting actually. And I used a snippet of my lace that was just laying there, and I thought it'd make a good little soft tab with some coffee dyed paper on the back for journaling. And this is from Mrs. Coggs, called Country Life. And And so because this is a little piece of lace that bends, so you can bend it and it won't hurt it. This is a napkin I collaged on. Here's a little bunny. Yeah, it has a little bunny on it. I was just trying to think. I don't remember the name of the napkin, but anyhow, I believe I got it from Ninny's Napkins. Again, some more of the honeybee paper from Antique Paperie. This is this one signature, center of the signature. I believe this is a seed packet from TaylorMade Journals, but I'm not sure. Graphic Fairy, butterfly, a monarch butterfly. And I made this little topper out of some pieces of paper that I had laying about, and put a little ruffles, fabric ruffle I had made on the back, and lined it. This is one of my little paper snippets I had done a tutorial on a good while back, with just a little bird. I don't know. I think it's a graphic fairy bird, but I'm not sure. Other side of the napkin. A little coin envelope. Again, out of my stash. I believe this one here is from my porch prints. The dandelion kit, that I believe that's what that is. And I just wanted to keep it in there since it was, I wanted to keep it straight, so I put that little Tim Holtz paper clip on there. Okay, again, just a collage I made with some pieces of stuff I had laying around, things I had laying around. Out of my stash, a little collage. This is, again, some of Mrs. Cogg's prints, and I had this little piece of ribbon left over, so I just thought it needed a little bit of something to pull it out with, so I added it to that. There's another one of Tracy Fox paper. This is a Country Life. This little lady is so pretty with all of her beautiful colors she has there, and her earthenware pitcher. And look at those shoes. I don't know if you can see it or not, but look at those shoes. Yeah. Anyhow, here's some more of that paper. I was telling you about that cardstock, and it just has a nice design on the back, but you can still journal on it if you prefer. And made a little faux whale tails tag to be able to pull it out with. And this is from the old design shop, and it's a postcard. And I just put it on some cardstock and folded it so that you could use it as a journaling card. It folds back up. Okay, another one of my little lace tags I use for a topper. I put this on the back of the, just to give it some interest. One of the UnderCliff papers. Another one of the little papers I did. Other side of the honeybee. One of my papers. This is one of my little digis I thought looked good in there. And then this opens up, and again, this was a graphic fairy, I believe, and I did a digital print using some of their birds and put it on this graphic fairy advertisement print, I suppose is what it is. Whatever. Anyhow, I thought it made a nice little collage. Butterfly I did. And this is again from the It's a Country Life tag. And here's some of my little sorry silk I just got through dyeing. And that flips over like so. And then I wanted a little bit of interest on this page. So to break up all of this colors, I added this This is a fussy cut that I got out of one of my butterfly books, and I just cut around it like so I could keep all the butterflies together. And then I stitched it onto this piece of fabric, and then I glued the fabric on. But the butterflies are still, the butterfly wings are still loose. So, see. Now there's not a tuck, although I suppose maybe you could tuck some little something underneath there. But I mainly wanted it just as a point of interest for this page. Okay, this page I used some little tags from After Midnight Iris Kit. That's what these little tags are here, and I just made them into little pockets. And these are, got upside down, these are After Midnight too, little cards, little journaling cards, or write notes on them. Opened up both of those, and then it has a little journaling spot here. Again, After Midnight, and then there's a pocket there. Did a little collage there. Tracy Fox. Again, I'm not sure, that's from something in my stash. Don't know where it's from. And here's the last thing. I did a little tag using those beautiful paintings from It's a Country Life, Mrs. Cog, and thought it added some interest to the back cover here. And this is my little tag. I always put my stamp on, and then I sign it and put the date on the back, and that goes there. So that's it. This is my clutch journal, and I just take this little end, tie it around once while I'm holding it down, wrap it around again, and go back under, wrap it around again, and it holds it very secure. And even though it's a little chunky journal, the canvas allows it to just conform right around the journal and keeps it all contained inside without putting anything in a bind. So I really love this little journal. It came out just the way I wanted it to come out. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed my flip through, and if anybody might be interested, I'm going to be posting it in my Etsy shop shortly. I hope that if you do journals, that you will go over and try to find you some of this gessoed canvas on Amazon or wherever you get your office supplies from. Usually has this sort of thing. It's in the inkjet paper section, and it's a gessoed canvas for inkjet printers. They may have it for laser printers, I don't know, but this was for inkjet. And give it a try. Anyhow, hope all of y'all are having a beautiful day and enjoying crafting in your craft room. And until next time, this is Barbie saying bye-bye-bye.